it's Andrew Huang. Today we're gonna talk about the thing that's in the title of this video. A lot of you were asking me how I chop vocals after I dropped that piano drop video. The idea to work that kind of sampling technique into that track developed during that video, so it kind of just got tagged on, so I want to go more in depth this time and show you exactly how I did that. I also think this track is a great example to use because those vocals were all sent in by people who follow me on Twitter. I just asked for people to sing, send me video clips of it, and I used most of them in this song. Really random sound sources, you can still make it work. When you're doing this kind of sampling, the end product you're striving for is essentially a melody. So what you need to make that is notes. So the first thing you need to do is listen through the samples that you've selected and just edit away anything that you don't think will be useful. Things where the notes were kind of wavering, anywhere you didn't like the tone of the vocal, if there's some background noise that happened during the recording, just grab notes that sound good. And that might be individual notes, or there might occasionally be a little phrase, a string of a few notes that you want to take. When you're done that part of the process, you're just gonna have this pile of random little vocal snippets. Love is ooh, you'll get hit. Tell me all the things that you regret. And here's where the really time-intensive part of the process begins. At this point, you're just experimenting with how these vocals could fit over top of your music. And there's a really interesting interplay between the different creative forces here, because sometimes you'll have one of the sample phrases suggest what it could do. You'll just hear a way that it could fit in with your track. Other times you might hear a different melody. You might hear your own melody that you want to put in your track, and then you can make it out of those notes that you have. And that's really a trial and error process of finding which notes have the right tone for the kind of melody you want, how much you want to pitch shift them, how much you want to stretch or shrink their length, and how that affects their tone. If we take a look at what I did in our example track, you'll see the pitches are all over the place. 7 semitones up, 3 semitones up, 12 down, 14 up, 3 up, 5 down, 13 up. And I just want to take a moment here and point out that this is really tedious work. And I consider myself a pretty fast editor as well as a pretty fast producer. You know, I know my way around my software really well. I make musical decisions really quickly and I stick by them. And then something like this, I think the full melody is a little over 20 seconds, probably took me 2 hours to put together. And I think that's worth talking about. I focus on what's fun about music production a lot of the time on this channel because it's fun. But it's so important to remember that every single video I've done, every single piece of music I've done, there's a lot of behind the scenes work. The exciting and unique parts of the process are really like 10% of it, and then the other 90 is editing, polishing, work. So I hope that's an encouraging thing to hear. You know, if you put a lot into this, you will get a lot out of it. It's really fulfilling to do this kind of work, but if you're just into music production because you think it's fun, there's other things that are more fun. So we're not done with this yet. Let me show you how I glue it all together. I'm gonna play you what our finished melody sounds like, but with no effects on it yet, and the track lightly in the background so you can hear the context. Love is bad. So the pieces are in place, but that's clearly not something that you're just gonna want to listen to. So at this point I used 2 of Ableton's built-in effects to help glue everything together. First I put on auto filter. Here are the settings I used. The main important thing is that it's in low pass mode, so it's reducing some of the treble in the sound. It also has this really nice envelope feature, so when you turn that up, it opens the filter based on how much volume the filter is receiving. And then the attack and release settings affect how long it takes for that filter to open up or to close back down when those volume changes happen. And then the final thing you need is just a freaking ton of reverb. So I hope that was helpful for you. I'll put links in the description for where you can listen to the full track. I called it Love is Real because that's what the first vocal chop sounds like to me, even though scientists are still not sure if love is real. Thanks for watching today. Do that subscribing notification bell thing if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.